Well, about 3:30 in the morning. Say we got 2 inches or so far. She's still coming down at a pretty good rate. They were saying I think 3 to 5 tonight. Another 3 to 5 today, and it's supposed to turn rain. I just checked the forecast, and I guess now it's turned to should be mostly snow for the day. So pretty good amount. We haven't really got much of a storm yet this year. Got a couple 3-4 inch storms, and I think the one at the beginning of the year was like 6 or so inches we got, but nothing major. So this is a sand truck. We're cleaning this off, and I got a shop. I got my main plow truck stored in with some sand and all my tools. We'll be heading over there next. Stay tuned.
Pine tree compared to my oak tree, claim to be hard. Black and yellow bumblebee, nah, ain't gonna take it to the graveyard.
But first, of course, you gotta clean off the old lady's car. Can't forget that. Can't have her out there in the cold cleaning off her car. Back to the show.
To the graveyard, I found my cup of tea. Here to put it on, rewind in time, just don't make me blind. Way more than a song, you don't like me, that's fine. I'm here for the
You got some critters crawling around the house? Come on.
ones who fear withdrawing. Walking dead, heart still beats, but you don't know what you live for. I read your post, hard to understand.
But before we head to the shop, we gotta make sure the hounds are all good to go. That's Cash there, first one in the picture. And then Rosie comes across the screen there in a second. And June, the mama bear, she's in the back. So as you can see, there's a decent amount of snow. You'll see a plow truck going by. They've been out pretty much all night. I guess probably about 3 or so inches there now.
We stand for upon further inspection, and the notes are as follows: no sign of affection, no sense in direction, can't stand your reflection. You even see the projection, looking more like a distraction, infection, way past correction. Need I say any more? Your time's past, dinosaur. Pine tree compared to my oak tree, claim to be hard. Black and yellow bumblebee, nah, ain't gonna take it to the graveyard. I found my cup of tea. Listen up, enough of these mumble rappers pushing teens clean straight to the liquor store, making fight music, bitch boys. One hate, I bet they'd crumble. Enough of that mumble.
So almost 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:50 or so. We got when I say we, I mean me and Rosie. We got the sand truck all cleaned off. I have a garage up the road that I'm using this winter that I park my trucks in when I'm not using them. That's where my main plow truck is. And I parked my sand truck at my house, which is only like 1.5 miles up the road. They were saying around 3 or 5 last night. I'd say we got about 2 to 3 right now. It's still coming down pretty good. At first they were saying it's supposed to turn to rain, but right now they're saying it's supposed to stay mostly snow for the day. So they're saying anywhere from 3 inches up to a foot. So we're gonna go get the main plow truck all cleaned off and see how that goes.
Jumble. Now for the combo, dig deep backhoe. We get our own, no need to borrow. Come at me, ain't gonna get an elbow. Digging Lowe's flow, this is no game show. Did you see the tone from home? Yeah, throw in a good burn, gonna need the yellow. Keep on with the fake feuds, playing chicken with the truth.
So we're just pulling into the shop here. You'll see Rosie roaming around here in a second. We're about to go in and we'll check out the shop. So here we're in the shop. I tell you something, you do snow removal, it's nice having something like this. It's heated floors. It's not really warm in here, but it's a lot warmer than it is outside. Keeps things nice and dried off. See the tailgate sander there I just picked up this year. That works pretty good. I have a pretty decent sized parking lot. And we'll get back to why there's a leaf blower in the back in a second. Decent sized parking lot. I have to sand with it every time. Then I have 2 post offices right around my house that I sand pretty much every time we get some precipitation here and it gets slippery. So I do plan on upgrading to a in-bed sander, hopefully by the end of the year, definitely next year. And we'll be loading it with a loader instead of by hand. So we'll back the 03 in and we'll talk about this tailgate sander a little bit that I've recently picked up this year. You'll see Rosie go across the screen here in a second. Still trying to figure things out. This is only her second or third time coming with me. Get the old tailgate off it. That's the first thing. Main thing I'll say with these tailgate sanders is they're great if you keep your sand dry. If you got wet, frozen sand, it's going to clog up in the auger. Auger in the bottom, right there. So pretty much if you have no rocks bigger than that, which is about, I'd say, 2 inches, inch and a half. So yeah, basically all I'm saying here is you don't want any stones bigger than that auger that's in the bottom that you see there. It's, I'd say, about 1.5 inches or so, but the finer material that's been screened out, the better. I'll pull up a clip of me loading up some buckets of sand and salt the night prior, getting ready for the storm here in a few. I have a stockpile in Brooks in a covered building of a parking lot that I clean up, so it makes it pretty convenient. Down there, and it won't get clogged up. So this is a setup this year. 2005 Duramax I got this year. Got an 8.5 foot v-plow on it. Rosie, yes, you're looking cute as ever. But done quite a bit of work to the truck. It's got quite a few miles on it, but did some injector work, put tires on it, fuel pump, or not fuel pump, sorry, water pump. Explain the leaf blower. Probably won't bring it today because there's at least 3 inches out there and it's adding up pretty quick, but storms, when we just get like under 3 inches, it works great for blowing off, the walkways and curbs and whatnot. So, and I'll just take a quick second and pull up a clip from, this is, I believe, December 19th. And the 20th we had a storm and I used a leaf blower. It was only like a 2 to 3 inch storm and it was light and fluffy, so I'll bring up a clip of us using that. As you can see, it works fairly good, when it's light and fluffy and just a couple inches. So let's flash back to present time and we'll go over the tailgate sander a little bit and my thoughts on that. Might get to show you that at some point, but not today. Just wanted to show you this setup. This is my Maine plow truck. That's my truck I've had since I was a senior in high school. 2011, I think I got it, but that's my sand truck. This Salt Dog, I bought this used this year. I got a pretty good price on it. I think new they're like $1,500–1,600 bucks. Wicked good. Like I was saying earlier, I used to load sand in the back here and throw it out by hand, but now I think it takes like 7–8 buckets and it fills us up. And like I said, I only have two or three main parking lots and then a couple post offices that have to be sanded each time. But other than that, most places don't have to be sanded unless it's really slippery. So that's a great sander. I definitely recommend it if you're just have some small parking lots or driveways like I said that you just do once in a while. It's great for that. If you have larger parking lots, obviously I suggest a full bed sander, but it works good for what I'm using it for this year for sure. So hold about 20 buckets in a truck to a time. I keep some in that truck too. I don't have a sander on that. I just keep some in there for weight and if I need some traction. And then I'll show you outside. I got a little shed that I have some sand stored in there too, which I'll load up into my plow truck when we go out in the field. All right, Rosie, let's get to work. Another thing, I've watched some reviews on this and they don't really talk about like installing it much or putting it in the hitch, but I will say there's some holes in this receiver right here going into the hitch that I don't know, there's probably 6-7 different holes, and I just suggest getting it in. The first few times I had it out quite a bit, and it moved around quite a bit, but I got it in nice and tight to the bumper, and it's on there pretty solid now. So it's just something I want to suggest if someone does get one of these tailgate sanders, to try to get them in. I've even seen a lot of people put a strap on the back of here and bring it over here and run it down to here somewhere, and it gives a little bit extra stability. But another thing, I usually don't load this up until I get pretty close to the parking lot, because when you put it in here, it does pack down, and that's another thing that it will bind up if it's packed down. It does have the vibrator on it, which works good. It has a crack just in the outside of the casing, but it's not on the inside. The vibrator works good. I don't use it all the time, just to kind of break things up in there. And I definitely recommend the vibrator feature on there. Also, highly recommend this Fisher dialect grease, or any kind of dialect grease on any electrical connections. I have a few on this Salt Dog sander. I think there's 3 or 4, and then there's a few on the plow. So pretty much any electrical connection, especially on these plows and sanders, they have a lot of current running through them. So definitely a good idea to keep them cool and corrosion free. Yes, you cute as ever, Rosie. Well, let's warm up these glow plugs, fire up the weapon, and go push some snow around.
It's the truth that will set you free. See right through your writers' nose. That's what's wrong with the game nowadays. Self-proclaiming put country rap in front of your name. Fake fame still sound like crap. Nap music, mumble rappers that would crumble, make you fight me. Now that's a fumble.
Get one of these tailgate sanders. Pretty much any of these sanders that go in the back bed or tailgate, you want to make some kind of screening system. This is nothing fancy. Obviously, I'm no carpenter, but just they're like 1-inch holes, and use pressure treated so it's nice and strong. And I just plug it here. I'll show you when I load it in here how I do it. I put it right over the top of this, and that way you know that you don't get any stones in. You know, nothing that doesn't fit through here will go in here. So that's one way I've kept it. And real quick before we pull the Duramax out, we'll flash back to the night prior to the Brook stockpile of sand we have, loading up the buckets for today, this morning. Well, this is one of the first parts of the journey. They say we got, well, some weathermen are saying we got 5 inches, some saying 3, some saying 1 foot, so we're getting ready. Loading up some sand buckets. We got a stockpile here in Brooks. 10-15 yards of sand stock. Around 60 or 70 driveways this year. Let's do it. So yeah, far from exciting, but I just wanted to show you another step in the process, what we do to get ready for these Maine storms. So yeah, I'm just showing a glimpse of the sand and salt we have stocked in there. Kind of hard to see at that time. We'll have a better camera set up soon. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel or just getting going here, but much more to come. We'll roll up this tonneau cover and get back to the present storm. Make sure you like, comment, and for sure subscribe. So now we'll just do a quick pass out of the shop. We'll back the sand truck in so that's all nice and clean when we need it in a few. Then I'll back up to the shed and load a few buckets of sand for a little extra weight in the back. And guess what, boys? We're almost ready to go plowing. You! First of all, I want to thank my girlfriend for getting me this cool little dash cam for Christmas, one of my Christmas presents. So we'll be putting that to use this storm here. Almost 5 o'clock. We got the trucks cleaned up. This truck loaded with sand. We're ready to go.
Now that's a fumble, no Tom Brady. Pretty city boys making that music. Pine tree compared to my oak tree, claim to be hard. Black and yellow bumblebee. Nah. Ain't gonna take it to the graveyard. I found my cup of tea. Was time, attitude determines altitude. Not worried about your aptitude. Birds of a feather are gonna flock together. 100,000 chickens following you. Claim to be true, bitch boy, we see right through. Bad weather has subsided, good weather in the forecast. As we take flight.
So it's about 5 o'clock and we're on our way to get the post offices cleared up. We got Rosie in the back, she's sleeping right now, but yeah, I got 2 post offices around my house I do, and then a couple parking lots. The post offices got to be cleaned up by like 5:30, 6 o'clock, that's when the mail comes. I'd say we got about 3 or 4 inches so far and it's still coming down pretty good, so my driveways I'll wait, you know, until we get a little bit more snow, but I'll probably be cleaning most of them up twice today too. So things are going good so far. So we're just coming into Albion now. What I'll do is I'll run through some footage of the cleanup process here and I'll speed it up so you guys don't fall asleep watching it. Enjoy.
Some chill in jeans blue when you're all of a sudden country. This is no Blues Clue. Grow up and get up, make your own luck. Try to cut me, skin of leather. What weighs more, 10 pounds of shit or 10 pounds of feathers? Retreat at first sign of bad weather. 10 pounds of shit, 5-pound bag, checkers and a white flag, 2 to go. Ripping what we saw, foot to the floor, but no go. Sandbag and white flag, 1 to go. Every day putting more into the know, working on the flow, always minding the shadow. Music gonna do it whether or not we blow. Now you know. Pine tree compared to my oak tree, claim to be hard. Black and yellow bumblebee. Nah, ain't gonna take it to the graveyard. I found my cup of tea. Sideways out of 4, still got you by 4. Black and white squares everywhere. Victory lane as she gives the best brain. Drop the world, Little Wayne. Don't follow the campaign. Don't drink champagne. But I'm coming in hot like buckshot. Follow the name. We're changing the game. Don't care about the fame. You can keep it. Come on.
So yeah, I'm just finishing up some back dragging here, finishing up the most of the snow, and then I'll hop out and do a little shoveling, clean up the shoveling piles with the plow, and then I'll hop back out one more time, throw some sand down. This post office will be opening up in about an hour and a half, so I want to make sure there's some sand down so people don't slip and fall.
Sorry y'all, I haven't really been around much. I just want to remind y'all, every one of us are.
As they chase the script, sell the script, the scale is tipped, flipped. Too many your lies slipped. My love for you on a ship, that boat ship. My heart, girl, you left stripped. On to the next one night, I should've known better. Time to flip the manuscript. Has our relationship on lips? If only we followed the correct prescript. On the post, I'm the back, you're the whip. Crack that whip, you love cracking that whip. Saw me start to fly, the wind's good. You tried to clip, unclip, they still remain. You tried riding that gravy train. 5.3 liter, that's a powertrain that pulled that power joke back to the hurricane. You were like the weather vane. Our relationship left in your main. I could never live mundane. Those doubts, bitch boy, you should probably refrain.
Pulling into the second post office over here in Freedom. Took like 10-15 minutes to get over here. Usually it's not that far of a drive, but the roads are pretty slick. People are going slow, so we're taking it easy. Lowe wants to keep it on the road, you know. So let's get this cleaned up. Same process here as the last post office. We'll clean up the bulk of the snow with the plow, hop out, do a little shoveling, clean up the shovel tailings with the plow, and then do a little sanding, and then off to the next place.
You're a force of nature. You can't be stopped. They're gonna try and disrupt you when you spin the hay. Just let 'em come.
Cause your hate is butane to my fire when I'm on the wire. Y'all gonna feel my desires, I'll have you believing in you too. Cause let me tell you this, no matter their diss, this world is ours. See those towers, planes, trains, and cranes. Man, it's insane, all came from the brain. Our minds, they call insane. Same minds make a name and then they're asked how. This is no con game, I will not disclaim. Cutting that ball and chain, cut back on the Mary Jane. I love you, but Mary. Emotions left amplified, done asking myself why. Turning reactions into anticipation, setting down the 8-ball, put down the phone when I want to call. Band's gonna feel me when I call for a
I'll be
roll.
here till we collide. I don't care if I survive. So crash into me one more time. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Come on.
'Cause you're a force of nature.
Yeah, baby. We can taste the danger.
I can taste the danger. I don't wanna run, so hold me to the ground and I won't put up a fight. I'm a force of nature.
Force of danger, baby. I got one more for y'all. Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah, I can taste the danger, force, and nature.
6:30, a little before. Got both the post offices all done. Took a little longer than normal, but snow's still coming down pretty good. I'll do a couple shots of that in a minute of the snowfall right now, but got the post offices done. I'm gonna go open up the child care daycare parking lot. Got a couple driveways. A lady in Albion had an oil truck coming this morning, so I'm gonna go make sure she's all cleaned out and sanded well, so the oil truck can get in and out. And we'll keep you posted. What it's doing out right now. 6:30. It's still coming down pretty good. This camera doesn't really do much justice, but it's just coming down at a pretty good tick. Over here in Freedom, I'd say there's about 3 or 4 inches, and I think we're supposed to get another 3 to 5 at least today. So, well, we are going to make a store run to one of our most favorite stores around the area, Freedom General. I'm going to wrap up this segment. There was much more to this snowstorm as far as snow cleanup and sanding. However, we're already over 20 minutes into this video. So what I will do is put together another video or two of the rest of this December 31st into January 1st, 2020 snowstorm. The next video will start off with me cleaning up our childcare parking lot account, going back to the shop to grab the sand truck to sand the driveway that has the oil truck delivery after plowing it, and followed up by more driveway plowing. I believe this snowstorm in the end brought around 6 inches to our state in total snow accumulations, depending on the area where you were located. We really haven't had a whole lot of a winter thus far in Maine. However, from what I see in the upcoming forecast and my intuition is telling me January, February, March, that those months will make up for it for sure. But we're ready here at Lowe and Basset. I truly appreciate you checking out the first video of many on our Lowe and Basset channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to follow our Maine adventures. And as always, soar high, beauties.
Night it's like you weren't even a stranger. Cut wide open, spilled my heart, still left apart. Reminiscing on those days I drove the Ranger. Watch Walker Texas Ranger, and Ranger was running the hill. Uphill battle in just a foothill. Screw your sawmill until we meet again. Take your poison pill, get off my hill. Power drill right through, superior skill. Keep your $100 bill out making videos with the windmills. When it comes to our passions, we cannot overfill. You can say this is overkill. This is just me spilling my feelings. Told y'all then depressing force of nature. Come on, soar high, beauties.